All right, hello boys and girls. This is JD from J&D Audio. Anyway, so right now what I want to show you guys is how I record these videos to YouTube using my DAW, which is Cakewalk by Bandlab, and Xsplit is my streaming software that I'm using right now, that I use to record my video and my audio into YouTube, which is what you're looking at right now. And then there's a third thing, which is a little plugin to get the audio to work into Xsplit. Now, it's basically the same thing as OBS, but I don't have OBS. I have Xsplit. I tried to download OBS, and it didn't work, so I gave OBS a chance. So Xsplit works. The only difference I see is it's free also like OBS, but it's got like a logo on the right hand side. But you know, so what, it works and it's easy for me, so I'm using that. So yeah, like I said, there's three things that we're going to look at here. The first thing is the streaming software, which is Xsplit, like I said. The next thing is a VST plugin called Voxengo. I think that's what it's called. It's the Voxengo Recorder, and it's a VST plugin. It's a 32-bit, which is the only bad thing. 64-bit is, you know, what most operating systems are at right now. So, but luckily with this DAW that I'm using, which is Cakewalk by Bandlab, you'll see that it's the third thing there. So you can just Google all those three things. The streaming software first, which is Xsplit, which is what I'm using to do this, and then the plugin, which is the VST plugin, which is Voxengo Recorder, and then the DAW, which is Cakewalk by Bandlab. So basically, what's going to happen is you're gonna download all those three things: the software, Xsplit software. Then you're gonna download. I would actually download Cakewalk by Bandlab. Just Google all these things, you'll find them. It's a DAW. And then after you do those two things, then I would download the third one there, which is the VST plugin by Voxengo. And that's what you'll need to get this to work the way I do. So anyway, let's go to another window here and see how we'll do this. So here we are over here in my desktop, showing you a bunch of stuff. So on the left hand side here, you'll see Cakewalk, and you'll see that I'm going through it. And then there's also some meters down here that you'll see. This meter here, and that's the meter for Xsplit. And the way you get to that is you actually go to Xsplit on the tools. It's got a tools menu up there, and which is up here, you know, and then it'll be under a thing that's, well, actually it's under extensions. It'll be a thing that's called audio meter, and you click on that, and then you'll get this, and that's how you check the levels and everything. And if you see the bottom end here, these are the meters for Xsplit, and it's two things here. One says default speaker, and the other says line 1 and 2 for your microphone. So you see I have that taken off. I actually just see, you can turn it on like that, or you can turn it off, which is what I did. I turned it off because I'm routing everything to go to the default speakers, and I'm routing it this way, going through Cakewalk, which is over here. So after you download Cakewalk, all you have to do is open up I don't want to get into detail here because it'll be a video that's forever. So this is just a quick thing showing how to work Cakewalk into your Xsplit DAW, into your Xsplit streamer, Cakewalk into your Xsplit streamer, to show how to work it. So like I said, these are the three things. You got the Xsplit, which is you're looking at right now, and you got Cakewalk, which is right here. This is a Cakewalk on this side of the window here that you see me moving right now. And then the plugin that you have to download is the Voxengo Recorder, which is right here. This is the plugin. So as you can see, it's running. So if I stop it, you can hear me. And so the way that works is it works like any other plugin in DAWs. You just put it in one of your as your plugin in one of your strips. So I put it in on the master. All right, so that means everything that's coming out of the Cakewalk software is going through the Voxengo Recorder, and in that it's configured to go to Xsplit. And the way it is here, you can see that it's going, and I have it, and you have to kind of play around with it because there is a delay in it. So I moved the buffer count all the way down to 2, and the buffer size is 2048. It doesn't work on all systems, but just play with it. So there is going to be some kind of lag. There is a lag now, but this is the best I can get it. And it's I notice it, but I can live with it. So once you got that plugin installed, you can see it activating on the meters here. So that's cool, because it took me a long time to figure this out. But you could also do it with another plugin or software, a virtual mixer called Voice Meter. But this was so much easier. There's no setting up. Just did the plugin, put it in my strip, and that was it. And it's a 32-bit, and Cakewalk is 64-bit, but it's got a built-in converter to where it'll work with 32-bit VST plugins. It converts it to 24-bit. I mean to 64-bit. So a lot of softwares do that. Cakewalk is one of them, and like I said, it's free. So I just downloaded the 32-bit VST plugin, and I know Cakewalk converts it to 64-bit. So that's how I'm able to do this. So that's that. So let's put this away for a second. And as you can see, when I play Cakewalk, it'll also play. So see, it is playing your playback on Cakewalk. And also my audio. Okay, so now I started it again. So it stopped there for a second, but now I started it. So that's another thing. You got to make sure that it's going, because if so now that it's going, you could hear it, and you can see the meters going. So make sure that it's going. So sometimes when you get in and out of places here, it'll stop. And also, the way you do this on your audio is you got to monitor to it. See, if I stop monitoring, but once I press the monitoring in the Cakewalk DAW, you can see that it goes through, and it routes through the through this thing, through the Voxengo recorder, and then that Voxengo recorder is configured to Windows audio driver, which is MME. That's what I put the output to. And the streaming software Xsplit sees MME or Windows drivers for audio. So that's how we're able to get this. So that was that. So it's a little bit complicated, but this is the quickest way I can do it without getting too complicated. And like I said, it'll play Cakewalk. So that was some recordings that I was doing there. So you got to start it again, because sometimes when you play around with it, I'm going back and forth. That's why it comes off. So you have to check that it's on. Anyway, And always pay attention to your meters here to make sure that your meters are happening in Xsplit. And that way you can see that it's recording. So that's what that is. So hopefully this is a quick, very, very quick tutorial. But like I said, there's 3 things you got to download here. The streaming software, which is Xsplit, the VST plugin, Voxengo Recorder, which is it ties in your audio from Xsplit to the DAW Cakewalk. So just Google those 3 things here: the streaming software Xsplit, VST plugin, Voxengo Recorder, and DAW Cakewalk. Like I said, they're all free, and download all those and install it. And this is only works on Windows 10, or Windows software. It does not work on Mac. There's workarounds on Mac, which you can find online, but this is for Windows. And like I said, it's all free, and that's how that works. So hopefully you guys will figure it out after you download it, and we'll take it from there. Like I said, this is very simple. So it's not, I try to make it as quick as possible. So see you guys later.